Hey, are we live? It's Julie from Do Business Like a Woman. I think we're live. It looks like it. Welcome. It's Julie here from Do Business Like a Woman. How are you? I'm going to go ahead and check on my phone and make sure that we are live. How do I refresh this? Just bear with me. Yes, we are. Fantastic. So it has been a little while, and how are you? I'm going to talk to you today about how you can get 4 times more clients every month for your coaching or service-based business without doing techie funnels, ads, or feeling like an octopus on roller skates. So I have some really juicy stuff to share with you today, including how the marketplace has changed in the last few years and why what used to work for you may not be working anymore and what to do about it. So make sure you stay until the end. I'm going to be sharing lots of really good, juicy stuff with you that you can implement right away to change this. So I do need to start by saying I think I messed up the times on this because I scheduled it. I thought I'd scheduled it for 11 a.m. UK, but when I looked at the event, it said 11:30 UK. So I've changed it because I had it in my diary for 11, and that's what time it's going to be every week, 11 a.m. UK on a Thursday. So apologies for the mix up with the times, but if you do miss it you can absolutely watch the replay, so that's no problem. And I imagine most of you will be catching the replay anyways. So without further ado, let's dive into our topic. So you may have experienced, if you are a coach, service-based business owner, or a consultant of some kind, that over the last few years, it has been harder for you to get clients online using the ways that previously worked. So gone are the days that we could slap up a few posts, get people to a sales call and sell our high ticket program. The marketplace has changed, and I'm going to share with you what some of those changes are. But you may have experienced sort of progressively over the last few years, it felt like it was getting harder. You know, in 2020, it was a bit of a heyday. I know we had COVID going on, but in terms of online business, everyone was at home. Lots of people were starting online businesses. Lots of people were seeking out coaching and self-improvement. And myself and many of my clients did incredibly well during that period. That was actually my best year in business to date. 2021, another really good year. 2022, still good, but it was starting to see some slowdown. And then really into 2023 is when things changed a lot and slowed down. 2024 even more so. And now I'm going to talk to you about what people are actually looking for before they make a decision to invest with you and work with you. What you may have experienced is finding that your launches were not doing as well. Your group programs were not filling by as many people as they used to. Perhaps it was a gradual decline where people used to invest in lots of programs at one time. They're not tending to do this anymore. Perhaps you feel like you were dragging people into your program and having to drag them through, and it just felt like an uphill struggle for you. I felt that during 2020, sort of end of 2023. No, let's see, second half of 2023 through 2024, I really experienced that too. Absolutely. But the danger comes when we tell ourselves stories about what that means, such as, I'm not very good at this, or what's wrong with me, or what am I doing wrong, or what I have to offer is not valuable. Have you said any of those things, whether out loud or to yourself? I will raise my hand because I absolutely have, right? I've told myself those stories. I took myself to quite a low place with my mindset by making that meaning of what was actually a very real and factual situation, which was that the marketplace was changing. But we can make it mean something about us. And that's when we stop doing the things that work and we can struggle. So if you have told any of those stories at any point, just write me in the comments, me. And there's no shame in this group. This is a safe space. It's a private group. But I will say, I don't know of an entrepreneur or coach who has not felt that way at some point on the journey. And particularly when things are hard. So put me in the comments if you've experienced any of that. Now, here's the real reason why this slowdown happened and why you may have been finding it harder to get clients over the last few years and it hasn't been working. The same techniques that worked before have not been working in the last few years. Here's the real reason. So listen up. The marketplace has changed. The way people make buying decisions has changed. Google did a survey recently and they looked into buyer psychology and buyer behavior. What they found is that people are now taking longer to make buying decisions. So they're taking longer. They want to feel in control of the buying process. So they don't appreciate being pressured, pushed, or kind of funneled into making a decision. They want to experience their own journey with the brand. They want to feel in control of that process. And thirdly, the third point was they want to feel a genuine connection and real relationship with that service provider or brand. And this is for people buying online, but it applies across the board, even if you do a lot of stuff in person, right? So really, really important. So those three things again, they're taking longer to make a buying decision. They want to feel in control of that process and they want the relationship or the connection. So what does this mean for us? What it means for us is that it's not you. You're not doing anything wrong. You're not crap. It's not that your offer isn't good. Because for most people in this group, for the people I work with, certainly you are good at what you do. You've probably been doing it a while and your offer is good. But what is happening is we are not spending long enough with building our relationship, building the connection. We're expecting people to come into our world and buy quickly and immediately, which sometimes happens, but that's not the norm anymore. That used to happen a lot more frequently in the days of 2020, 2021, and even in 2022. And I'm mainly talking about the world of high ticket, all right? So whatever you think that is, but high ticket coaching, for me, in my mind, that's when we sell things that are 3K and above. Now, you might have a completely different version of high ticket. That's what I'm referring to. So 3K and above. People don't tend to come in and make a buying decision right away. So for us, when we're out there marketing, this means a few things. It means we need to build a community of buyer-ready people. It means we need to give them time to get to know you, trust you. It's the know, like, and trust, but on steroids, right? That's what's changed. That's the crux of it. You can write that down. Someone type that in the comments. It's know, like, and trust on steroids these days, right? So what I have seen is that having your funnel too short will not work. Now, for the last year, I think year and a half, the last year, I've been consulting, doing some consulting work in other coaches' businesses and doing some high ticket sales with them and for them. And these are multiple six-figure coaches with very established businesses. And even in their businesses, what I saw was that when the funnel was too short, I'll give you an example, like Facebook ad to webinar to sales call. And their sales team, their people were struggling to convert people at the levels they used to because that journey is too short. For somebody coming in cold, that's too quick. And so they were struggling. And what's missing there? This is the key. This is secret. What is missing there is the nurture, relationship building, right? So what do we do about this? And I've seen this over and over again in the marketplace. Been discussing it with my colleagues. We all see it. So whatever level of business you are at, it is going to pay you to build a community, to nurture them. Now, this is good news. I actually think this is good news because I love nurturing people. I'm not suggesting that you need to be online all day or, doing tons of social media, but I'm going to tell you what to do that is actually working, and it's very, very simple. So stick with me. By the way, please give this video a heart or a like if you are getting some insights and some value from it. It helps other people see it, and I'd love to get this Facebook group going again, get some juice going. So we need to be engaging and commenting. So please do so. Let's have a look if, oopsie. Yeah, all still looks good here. Okie dokie. So I'm going to share with you, I'm just looking at my notes here to make sure that I'm covering off everything I wanted to give to you. I'm going to share with you what actually is working, and it's very, very simple for you to do, and you can go away and start doing it today. So I've been supporting I am supporting two coaches at the moment with their launches, and they're launching their high ticket programs. They're doing live events because that is what's working. And when I say live, online, but they're delivering live, they're connecting with their audience because that relationship building is working. It's not the only way to do it. You don't have to live launch. It's still a really good way to do it, but you don't have to live launch. But the point is that you are showing up, you are connecting, there we go, connecting with your people, and they can feel your energy, they can feel your service. Do you know that today, people who come into your audience, they need to consume between 5 and 10 hours worth of your content to consider buying from you? And that number is increased. That, in 2020, people could come in, watch a video or two and be ready to go. In his book, Oversubscribed, Daniel Priestley talked about this, right? He said 7 hours. So he said 7, but we can assume it's gone up since then. So you do need content that your people can consume prior to you ever making an offer to them, because the trust is at an all-time low. They don't want to feel like you are just trying to immediately get a sale out of them. That's grabby energy, right? And what we want to do, as you know, is serve first. But just bear that in mind. People need to watch between 5 and 10 hours of you before they're ready to buy. So let that inform how you're building your business. I actually like this because I'm really into the whole slow living movement, and this is like slow business building, right? But that's not a bad thing because you are building something that is going to last, sustain you. It will bring you a lot of income if you do it this way and you stick the course. And most people won't, right? And that's why most people just give up, because it feels so hard. And I get that. I understand that. If we're telling all those negative stories, of course we can't carry on, right? Oh, and by the way, I've got an amazing team of high ticket sellers who are ready to sell. So if you're a more established coach and you want to bring somebody in to do your sales calls, I have people for you who are brilliant at what they do. But it doesn't take away the need to do what I'm teaching here. You absolutely still have to warm up your leads. One of the biggest mistakes I see with the multi-six-figure coaches that I support, and some of them have had businesses for 7 years, they have huge brands, but they struggle when they don't warm up their leads properly. And even the best salesperson in the world will not close, they will not convert as high if you are not doing this and warming up your leads. So I don't care what stage of business you're at, if you're near the beginning, if you're more middling, if you're more established, we all have to warm up our leads. But why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we? Right? So here you go. Here is what you need to do today. And there are just 4 actions that you take, and you take them over and over again, and you will have people buying from you. This is proven to work. It's timeless. It hasn't changed. but we just need to be doing it. It hasn't changed and it has changed. We need to be doing it more than ever. But there are a few little tweaks that are different in how we do it today. So write these down. Here are your 4 things you need to do. Number 1 is create your buyer ready community. So we're creating that community. People want to belong. We want that connection, right? So this is where small creatives really come into their own in today's online space, because we can connect much more easily directly with our people. The internet has done that for us. Bigger companies, they struggle to connect and have that personal touch. So that's where you have an edge. So you want to build that buyer ready community. That's point number 1. Point number 2 is you want to nurture that community. Think of it as creating a relationship. You know, if you're in a marriage, if you have a friendship, you nurture that relationship, don't you? Same with your people. And if you don't want to do that, then there's a question to ask there, isn't there? Like, why don't I want to engage with my people? Why wouldn't I want to? And again, I'm not suggesting you spend all your time on social media. I'm not up for that, right? We all have lives, but there is an amount of healthy hustle that goes into this. So number 2 was nurture. Number 2. Number 3, you want to create posts that pay. And I'm going to share what that means in just a moment. So create posts that pay. Gone are the days of just chucking up content. And even if you're really good at content, you may have noticed that it is not creating the same response as it used to. So there's a way to do that. I've been working on it for my clients and with my clients. Been doing some of their copy for them and with them, training them how to do it, to actually get people to raise their hand and ask for your thing. Right, so posts that pay is number 3. And number 4, you got to ask, right? Your business and your sales are directly related to how many asks you are making. And I will hammer that in. So just to remind you, build your buyer ready community, nurture them, create posts that pay, and ask. Simples, right? Write those down because you can implement right away. Let's talk. All right, so if you have any questions on any of those that I've just shared, those activities, let me know, because I'm going to be creating weekly training to help you with this, to help you get 4 times more clients without techie funnels, without ads, or without being that octopus on roller skates. So I want to know, what questions do you have about those activities? What's the sticking point? Where are you stuck? And I will create some training around that. Okay, because remember, I've been in this industry over 10 years now. I have built my own successful coaching business, and I'll share that story with you soon, because I'm going to be talking more about all of this. But I've also supported many multi-6-figure coaches behind the scenes. I've worked on many 6-figure launches. So what I'm sharing is absolutely relevant and it is absolutely proven. So let me know what else, what you want me to expand on in future trainings. One thing I will say regarding the posts that pay, you need to be very strategic about your content. It needs to be even more specific than ever. If you would like me to do a full training on how to create a post that pays, write posts in the comments or post in the comments, right? And then I'll know that you would find that useful. So I think I'll wrap it up today for now, but I hope you have enjoyed our first weekly training together. Let me know in the comments, give me a hello. If you're on replay, give me a replay in the comments. And I'm going to be doing my absolute best to bring you value. I will be bringing you value, no doubt. But let me know what you need support with, what you would love to learn right now. And we'll be doing this show, whatever. It's not a show. No, it's a training. Yes, I want to train. I want to teach. I want to give you value. I want to genuinely help you so you can go away and get some quick wins, right? So what would you like me to dig into more deeply and teach on in the upcoming sessions? Have a great day in business. Go do business like a woman. Lots of love, and I will see you next time.